Well, I thought in this one, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go and talk about a whole bunch of different stuff that I like, and stuff about me that you probably didn't even know. I'm just going to list it off and reel it off, from the top of my head, and just go from there and tell you a bit about me. So I think stuff like this is it's important because I want to break away every now and then, do something a little bit different to change it up a little bit. But I think it's nice to, show you guys, the viewers out there, if you guys have been watching me for a while, tell you guys a little bit about me, because there's a lot of stuff that you guys might not know about me. It's not like deep dark secrets or anything like that. It's just general stuff that I don't really talk about on the channel, because my channel is usually about Amazon FBA or Shopify, entrepreneurship, mindset, all that kind of stuff. But there's stuff that goes on, from when I was younger, or stuff that I do in my spare time, whatnot, that you guys probably don't even know about me. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, tell you guys a bit about, me and stuff that I'm into and all that good stuff. So it might be stuff that you're not into, who knows? It might be stuff that you are into, but look, without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. So first and foremost, you guys might know this already, but I absolutely love gaming. I basically, when it comes down to it, my very first console I got was a Christmas present when I think it was Christmas present or birthday present, I can't remember, I think it was Christmas. I got it when I was 6 years old, and that was a PlayStation 1. Some of my favorite games was like the original Crash Bandicoot, there was the original Spyro on the PlayStation. There was also a game that not many people know of called Ape Escape, which has the best, if you guys haven't played Ape Escape on the original PlayStation, it's got the best soundtrack to any game that I've ever seen in my life. I played that. I played another one called Croc. Played a whole bunch on PlayStation. PlayStation is by far my favorite console. I've got them all the way up to the PlayStation 4 now as well. Got a PlayStation 4 sitting over in front of my TV now as well. So I've been deeply embedded with the PlayStation. I've got a heart made of PlayStation. It's deeply woven in the PlayStation community. But I just love gaming. I was brought up with gaming. It was how I spent my time. A lot of, I would still watch movies and some TV shows and all that, but, talking to people, especially growing up, there was a lot of people who were brought up on movies and they know different quotes from different movies. There's still a whole bunch of classics that I haven't even seen. I haven't seen a whole lot of classic movies, and, you guys might be so surprised at some of the classics I haven't seen. I haven't seen movies like The Godfather. I haven't seen the whole Scarface even. I just was someone who was brought up on gaming, and my parents would watch them, but I was someone that as soon as I was introduced to gaming, I loved it. And I've played so many more classic games and have just experienced so many more memories through gaming, especially when I was younger, to any other avenue. I was such a gamer, and I'm such a nerd in that aspect as well. You could call me a nerd, but I just love gaming, and even to this day I still play games. Like I play games like Rocket League on the PC. I've been playing Fallout games, Fallout 76. I've been playing that as well. But gaming's just a huge part of it was a huge part of me growing up, and it still is. And it's my escape sort of avenue, and it's things that I like to do. It's really, I was talking to my parents about it today. I'm kind of like some weird hybrid kind of person where I like to get up early and go to the gym and be into all this fitness and all that kind of stuff, have a good schedule. But I'm also a gamer, where gamers like to stay up late, and they like to sort of game to all hours and all that kind of thing. So I've got friends that I game with online and whatnot, and it's like pulling at two ends of the string. It's one extreme to the other with me. So I got to find a very fine balance of being a business person, owning my own businesses, and then gaming, and I'm on a competitive team with gaming as well. So all that good stuff. But basically the part of that story is I was deeply woven into the gaming community from a young age. So segueing into this part of the video, I am into going to the gym, into fitness, and keep myself in shape as well as I can. I'm not to the point where I go and do fitness shows and go and diet down for 12 weeks or anything like that. But basically, how I got into that was I got to the point where I was around 15 or so, where I was getting pretty overweight. In high school, I wasn't getting bullied or anything like that, but I saw myself sort of disliking my body and getting slack for life in general. Some of that could be hormones as a teenager, it could be part of it, but I found that being overweight and being unhealthy, not eating the right foods, not exercising properly, especially diet is a big thing, a big part of that. I found it put a whole spiral on, on my life in general, on my mood and whatnot. And I would go ahead, when I was at school, I'd see a lot of these kids who were thinner, and a lot of people who had, you still saw kids at school who were skinny and they had six packs and whatnot and all that. As a teenager, I thought, look, I want to look like that. Not thinking to myself, oh look, they could be unhealthy, they could just be skinny, unhealthy, but just could be really skinny. But that was enough motivation for me to get started, and I started sort of working out and getting into lifting weights at home when I was in about grade 11, coming into grade 12, so it would have been about 16, turning 17. And then after school, about 6 months out of school, I had my license. I was able to drive on my own, and then I ended up signing up to a gym. So that was in 2013. That was my first year out of school. And after that, I've pretty much been at a gym ever since. I signed up to Snap Fitness here in Australia, and I loved it. It was my avenue. I lost the weight that I gained. I put on some muscle. I went through a stage where I got really, really skinny. No, I mean like just under 70 kilos skinny. I wasn't really lifting. I was basically just running, and then I got into lifting weights, and then learned more and more about my fitness and what I need to eat, all the good foods and stuff. I even got to the point where I got my certificate 3 and 4 in fitness. So I'm a qualified personal trainer as well. A lot of you guys might not know that. I'm a qualified PT as well. I never really pursued it. As far as I got as working in a gym, I was working at the front desk doing admin, sort of like data entry, and making sales for the club. I worked at Snap Fitness for a little while as well, and that was good while I was there. I was only there for 3 or 4 months because then I decided that wasn't the area that I wanted to go in, but it was a good experience. And if I ever want to go and do my PT stuff again, I can go ahead and do that. And that was, I learned a lot from doing that. It was the reason why I did that, because fitness has really helped me in the area of sort of mentality and making sure that my fitness is up and making sure that I'm eating right, and it really has a positive effect for me as well. So far we've got gaming and fitness. That's usually two things that you don't see. Do we actually see it more and more now? But if you were to first think, if you wouldn't think of someone who plays a lot of games be into fitness as well. So there's that part as well. Another huge thing. This is a very, very nerdy thing for me to say, but I am a huge lover of anime. If you guys don't know what anime is, they're basically Japanese cartoons. And I watched my very first anime in grade 12, I think it was. I was in grade 12, maybe a bit earlier, but pretty sure I was in grade 12. The very first one I watched was Death Note. Put a screenshot up here of the cover somewhere. And I don't know where I found it. I think I got recommended it by a friend, saying they watch Naruto, and which is another popular one. If you guys are into anime, you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. But Death Note was the first one I watched, and I absolutely loved it. Still, I watch it basically once or twice a year. I watch the whole thing through every year now. Still one of my favorite animes. And then I got into watching different ones like Naruto, and then I watched a few other series like Clannad and whatnot. You guys might not know what they are, but I now am getting into, funnily enough, I like a lot of sports animes. So the one that I watched before, I watched Kuroko's No Basket, which is a basketball anime. And then currently I'm watching Ace of the Diamond, which is a baseball anime. Huge fan of that one. And I'm watching another one that's actually really popular at the moment amongst the anime lovers of the anime community called Haikyuu. It's a volleyball anime. So it sounds really weird, but a lot of these sports animes, you can actually relate a lot of their analogies and a lot of the way they look at life. You can apply it to your own life. It sounds really weird, but you can apply that stuff in anime to your own life as well. But I watch it because the animation's amazing, the story's amazing, and it's a lot of the sports anime stuff's really inspiring as well. It sounds really weird, but it's really inspiring to me as well, because they put in a lot of effort to their craft, to their sports. And even if it's not a sports anime, even if it's a weird sort of action anime, like I watch animes like Tokyo Ghoul as well, which has got nothing to do with sport. It's about ghouls, in Tokyo. So that's a really, really good one as well. And then I watched another one. I'm watching another one called My Hero Academia, which is another huge anime if you're into the anime scene. But I'll post all the screenshots here of what these animes are, but if you don't watch anime, you'll have no idea. And I know it's weird for me to bring up anime in on this channel because I don't really talk about anything to do with anime. But look, it's stuff that I love, and I want to share it with you guys as well. So anime has been a big part of my life as well. It's another thing that I sit back and relax and watch. Now, another bit of side info as well. If you guys didn't know, when it comes to me not watching that many movies, if I was to sit down and relax and just have a night where I'd sit down and watch something, it wouldn't be movies. Like, it most likely wouldn't be Netflix. It wouldn't really be a TV series. Although I was watching the series House of Cards for a while there. I don't really watch too many TV series. If I was to sit down and watch something, it would either be YouTube most of the time, watch like YouTube videos, just a whole bunch of different ones, or I'd sit down and watch anime. I wouldn't really watch a TV series or a movie or anything like that. It's just not my style. If I'm not playing games when relaxing, I'll probably be watching anime or watching YouTube, all that kind of thing. Now that brings me to this. I've actually got this thing here. It's like a little resistance band as well, because the last few weeks, I didn't really talk about it, the last few weeks I was getting my back fixed. And in saying that, I just went and saw a physio because a couple of years ago I had basically a really, really dumb injury at work. I say a dumb injury because one of my old workmates and I we were pushing each other around before work. Like, we weren't pushing each other really, really hard. We were kind of just stuffing around, like, we're just being idiots basically. And I went to push him and I pushed a little too hard and I twisted as well. And I felt something pop in the middle of my back. And I thought, I don't know what's going on with my back here, but look, I feel like this is going to hurt because everything, well, not everything, but that part of my back went numb and it was basically started hurting after that. And then it got to the point during that day where I couldn't really stand or walk that much. And the following week after that, it basically, all the pain went through my ribs and whatnot. And I was thinking, and still then I couldn't go to the gym for the next 3 weeks and whatnot, and I was thinking, okay, have I popped a disc in my back, or like, have I got a bulged disc in my back? And I just thought, okay, I'll go and see chiropractors, and this went for the next 2 years. It was 2 years until I went and saw a physio. I know it's really dumb, but you hear me out here. I went and saw a chiropractor for like the next 6 months, and things started seeming okay, and I wasn't really having too many issues with it. But then every now and then something like, I'd be at the gym, like I wouldn't lift too heavy, I wouldn't do anything dumb at the gym, but I would be, just lifting weight, or I'd pick something up that when I wasn't in the gym or something, and it would kind of irritate it, and it would just, it wouldn't hurt, like it wouldn't be a real like hot needle kind of pain, but I know it was there, and I thought, okay, got to the point where I was in Brizzy here, and I thought, okay, I need to go and find a solution for this. I need to find out what's actually going on. Went and saw a spine specialist, who is a physio, specializes in helping people in their spines and whatnot. And he basically said that I had hurt, or I had injured a muscle that was connected to a joint near my spine. I can't remember, it was near my lat somewhere, and that's what had been happening. So he's been helping me tremendously, and it's been about a month now into where I've been seeing him, and maybe a bit over, and I only need to go back there every fortnight. But he's got me doing this for my scapula, and it's been helping as well. But that's a little bit of fun information for you guys as well. But don't worry, because my back has been a lot better now that I've gone to get it checked out, and he's not too worried about it. He said, look, you see me every fortnight and we can make sure that we're getting that scapula moving and whatnot. But it's been good. I'm happy that that's getting sorted. I don't have this uncomfortable sort of annoying, I wouldn't call it pain, but it's just, that it's there, and I couldn't lift too heavy with certain movements, so I'm happy that it's getting fixed now as well. Oh, a little bit of side info as well. This has no storyline, this video whatsoever. It's just jumping to different places of my mind. But I also played tennis for about 10 years, and I played it when I was younger. I started when I was about 6 or 7 and played it all the way through for the next 10 years until I was about 15, 16. And I stopped for a while because I didn't really want to play too much anymore. I was coming out of high school, I was getting into all that fitness kind of stuff, and I just wanted to do something different. But last week I went for a hit. Like I went for a hit here and there, after stopping. But it had been like a good 3 or 4 years before I had, until I had like an actual proper hit of tennis. I went with my brother here in Brizzy, and it was great. I loved it, and I want to get back into it as well. But it's like riding a bike. It took a while to warm up again, but It's you know, the old techniques and stuff that I learned from when I was younger. It's definitely, I can feel them coming back, and it's painful. Like using different muscles that you haven't used before, it's painful, but I love it. I love tennis, and I've grown up watching it as well. I went to the Aussie Open this year as well, which luckily wasn't affected by this coronavirus stuff, but went to the Aussie Open, went and saw a few of the big hitters there as well. It was great, I loved it, but yeah, I love tennis, I grew up on that as well. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the main points. I just wanted to tell you guys how much of a nerd I was with this stuff. Like, I'm into anime, I'm into gaming, you know, just all this weird stuff, because I'm a weird hybrid of a person where I am on two sides of the spectrum. Like, I love business, I love e-commerce, I love people building brands for themselves, I love getting involved with people and businesses. And on the other end, I'm a huge gamer. Like, I'm someone who can sit there and watch anime, sit there and watch YouTube videos, sit there and game. Both ends of the spectrum. I can deal with both sides, and I love hearing out both sides because everyone's different. I know there's a lot of people like me out there who love both, and then as well, I love fitness. So it's like I'm on all ends of the spectrum. I can't discriminate on any front because I am all of them. You know, it's weird. I'm a nerd, but I'm also a people person. I can be introverted, but I can also get out there and talk to people. I'm a very, very strange kind of person. But look, main point of this is I want to tell you guys, you know, a bit about me and things you didn't know, and then as well just to remind you guys that everyone's different, and you know, if there's stuff that you love to do, go out there and do it. Who cares what people think? There was such a long time there where you know, I thought, you know, this is when I was younger as well, you know, I thought maybe I shouldn't tell people that I watch anime, and maybe I should just keep it a secret that, you know, I'm a gamer and all that. And you know, even when going out and starting my own business, I would think, you know, what would people think if they saw me gaming or watching anime and all that? They might not think I'm serious, but just all goes in my personality. You know, it all fits into my personality, and now I'm at the point where, you know, I couldn't care less because if I love doing it, then I'm going to keep doing it. So that's, you know, I'm trying not to turn this into another motivational talk for you guys, but that's the main point that I want to bring home to you guys is everyone's different, everyone loves their own stuff. And just go out there and do what you love to do. And I'm telling you guys what I love to do, and I want you guys to go out there and do the same, and that's pretty much it. But that's a bit about me. You know, if you guys didn't know, that's info about me that I don't really share to the general public. But hey, look, if you guys like these kinds of videos, I might post more about it. I was thinking as well, this is going to sound really weird on an e-commerce channel, but I was thinking as well as posting like my top games or my top animes and sort of, you know, talking a bit about them and reeling off a bit about them. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you want to see more about it, let me know. If not, that's completely fine. I might even do it anyway, who knows. But apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found out something new about me. And yeah, if we have anything in common, let me know. Give me a message. I'll be happy to chat about it. Apart from that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one.